Hey guys, Mitsurugi Jones here, and I'm looking at Elite Dangerous. Now, I wanted to do a little bit of a beginner's guide for individuals who are interested in trading in Elite Dangerous. Trading is by far the best and easiest way to make money in Elite Dangerous, and I wanted to make this video for some beginners because I found it difficult at first to find out where to buy and sell items, and hopefully this will help you out with that. Now, I've seen a couple of other different videos that talk about a tool called elitedangeroustrading.co.uk. In my personal opinion, I don't think that's the route to go. Now, in this, you can put in the system that you're near or whatever, and it'll tell you the most profitable trade routes close to you in the particulars. The two reasons I don't like it are because, one, it's not always updated. You can travel 10 systems away to get the best price, and you get there and you buy the items and you're all excited, and you go to the next system, and instead of making $1,000 per item on that trip, you make $700, and that's because it's not up to date. It relies on users to scrape screenshots to pull that information out of, and prices change over time. The other, and the most detrimental that I find option of it is not just traders look at that site. If you are a player in this game and you like to, say, pirate other players, what better place to look than the most profitable routes that people are going to go to? Not only that, but in that trading tool, generally the more you have to buy your cargo is the bigger profit that you're going to get later on. So in order to make $1,000 off of each item in your cargo hold, you're going to have to pay $10,000 or $15,000 for each item. Now, it's not that big of a deal when you start off in a Sidewinder. 8, and you don't have that much money to begin with, so it's not like they're going to be it's going to be super detrimental. You can make up that money pretty quickly. However, when you start to get into the medium trading, like, say, a cargo hold that's full of $400,000. Now, yes, you can make $40,000 in the actual selling and profit on a trip, but if your ship gets blown up, guess what? You're out all of that money, and it's going to take you 10 trips just to make all the money that you lost. Those are two of the reasons why I don't like that tool in particular. Now, it may get better in time, and I will leave a link for those people that are looking for the easy ride, but I think you'll find that it's not so much of the easy ride that everybody touts it to be. So how do you figure out where to buy and sell your goods? Well, we're going to go over the tools that you use in the actual game that can show you how to make that money. And the first one itself that you need to understand is the actual commodities market. Now, we're going to go ahead and go into Starport Services here and go into the commodity market and show you some tips on how you can tell where to buy and sell things. Now, I would suggest that you always, if you are a trader, keep 3 things: a pad of paper, a pen or pencil, and a calculator, because you are going to have to write some stuff down. Unless you have a photographic memory or you're a math whiz, you are going to need to write some things down. So I would go ahead and get that ready. Now, here you can see the actual commodities market. Now, some important information to observe is the sell price, the buy price, the demand, and the supply. This is what you can actually sell here. So if you had explosives in your cargo, you could sell those explosives for 314 credits apiece. The buy price is, say, you want to buy this hydrogen fuel, you're going to pay $111. Be sure not to write down the sell price as your buy price, because sometimes that'll really screw you over in the end. Next, with the demand and supply. This means that they actually want the explosives here because they have a demand for it. It does say low, however, because there's not a lot of demand for it, which means if you're going to sell a product here, you're not going to get top dollar. What you want is high or medium, depending on how picky you are on what you want to trade. I normally go from medium to high. It doesn't really matter that much to me as long as I'm making a pretty good profit off of each. Next is the supply. Now, they have a medium supply of this, which means that you could buy this item from a station cheaper than this if they have a high supply of it. Because if you have a bunch of supply of something, you sell it for cheaper to get it out of the storeroom than if you have a medium or low supply of it, in which case you're going to charge a little bit extra when somebody wants to purchase it. Now, that being out of the way, one of the most important things to look at, and if you click on a particular item, you can see, well, you don't have to click on it, it shows it over in this panel area here. This particular item, clothing, is exported to, and I guess I could go ahead and point this out in case people don't know, when the difference between exporting and importing. When you export an item, it's something that you have that you take to another, in this case, star system, and sell it there. These are systems that are already buying the products that you can buy in this station. Whereas importing is what this station desires, and you can see what systems actually already sell this particular item to this particular star base. So this, you could buy the clothing and take it to any one of these systems and sell it there, because this already is an established trade route to export these items. Whereas, say, this one here means that this starbase already buys goods from these two particular systems. So you could go to these systems, buy an item there, bring it here, and sell this item to this particular station. Now, that in and of itself is not super ultra helpful, but what is this little doohickey right here. The galactic average. In case you don't know what a galactic average is, they take all the prices from all over the galaxy and they make the average price around there, and then they tell you what that price is. That is not the important thing, however. It is this little drop-down menu. When you click on there, you can pick any particular system that things are being exported or imported to from this system and click on it. Now, I went ahead and found something I want. Now, which one was it? It is Tara. And it shows you right here what is imported and exported to Tara. Now, as you can see here, if you scroll down, all of these metals, quite a few of them, are all imported from Terra. That means that Terra produces these items. You buy them there, you bring it here, and you can sell it at a good price. Like in particular this one here. See, there is a high demand for this product. Now, you can't just see what Tara has. You'll have to go there and record those prices. So what I would do is I'd take the notepad and paper and write down all these in this category, because you know they are buying all of these things from Tara. Now, the reason I picked Tara is because you also see in this category, Tara buys products from the station that you're in now. So if you were to buy this product here, take it to Tara, you could sell it at a profit. Now, I would write all of these down as well. So when you go to Tara, you can find out which ones. You can look at all of the different prices in Tara and find out which one is the most profitable and trade the most profitable from the minerals from here to Tara, and you can buy the most profitable. You can buy the cheapest and most profitable version of these things at Tara and bring them back and sell them here for more money. And we will do that in a little bit, but I wanted to go over a couple of different tools before we do that. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of here because I think you already have an idea of how that helps you out quite a bit. Now, you can do in this drop-down menu any system that's near or imports and exports from Tara, and different ones. Some of them will only export and import one or two items. Some of them a lot, like this one in particular, Tara, exports and imports quite a bit. So go ahead and get out of the commodities market and talk about the next tool that you can use at your disposal. Now, you want to go to your navigation menus and go into the galaxy map. And alright guys, finally found Tara. There it is, nestled down in this particular area. Now, let's go over a couple different functions in the galaxy map that are important to a trader. One of which, personally, I always go into the navigation. Now, mine's automatically set up most of the time, but just so you guys see, there are two different jump datas that you can go to. One is the economical route, which is going to save you money on gas. The problem is most of the time the economical version of the map, you can jump, say, to multiple star systems to get to, so say I was traveling from Isleta, where we are at now, to Tara. Now, the most economical way to do that might be to stop in 2 or 3 different star systems before you actually get to Tara. We don't want to do that because that takes more time. And in trading, time is money. What I always do is I go to the fastest routes. Now, in this particular tutorial, these two are close enough together that it wouldn't have really mattered which map I was on. But I like to go into a straight line from one star system to another if they are close enough. And there's some other things that you can mess around with, like the tonnage here, because if you have, say, 98 cargo filled in your cargo hold, you're not going to be able to go as far. But that's more of a long-distance trading thing, and not so beginner. We'll talk about that in a different video. Another important one is the view. Now, if you can see here, these are not super important unless you particularly, like are a role player or something, and you only want to trade within a specific faction within the game, or say you have really bad reputation with Empire. You probably don't want to show up at their star bases so much. But if you have a neutral standing with everybody, it's not important. If they have the money and they want to buy it, sell it to them, for God's sakes. Okay, but the important part of this map is if you are looking for particular things to buy and sell, is you want to see the trade routes, okay? And you normally it's unhighlighted, but you go ahead and click on this button and highlight it here. I'm going to go ahead and hit the show all button. And as you can see, it turns your map a little bit more colorful. It can also get very noisy, or it can really crowd up your viewpoint. So you can kind of do this all at once, or you can do each individual one just by turning them on and off. Like, let's say you want to sell just minerals and metals. Well, you can go down here, click all of these away, and it cleans up your view nicely. Now, you could just go ahead and do clear all, but sometimes that bugs it out, and it makes it really hard for these to pop back up. I'm not sure why that is happening. I think it's maybe just something they'll patch in a later update. But so we already distinguished that it was metals and minerals that we were selling in this particular entrance. But you can go into each one of these, and there's this nice little click down area as well where you can click each in particular item if you so desire. But if you take a quick look and you need to find out what's going where and who's selling to what, you can go ahead and take a look at the lines between Isleta and Tara. As you can see here, the red or minerals are being sold to Tara. That means that you would buy in this particular system, or damn it, you would buy in, say, Isleta, and you can see where the line comes down here, meaning you are buying minerals here and selling minerals there. And vice versa with the metals, you can see that you can buy metals in Tara, and you follow this little orange line that comes all the way up here to Isleta. You can see by the way that the sort of arrows are moving who is buying what from where. This is another important step of seeing where you can buy in one system and sell in another. Now, ideally, as you can see here, you have one arrow going in one direction. It's kind of hard to see from that angle. Wow, that's interesting. There we go. There you go. You can see it from that angle a lot better. You can see that the metals are being bought in Tara and sold in Isleta, and you can see that the minerals are being bought in Isleta and brought to Tara. So that means you're going to be making money both trips, which is very important in trading. It, in some cases, can even double your money because you're making money on both trips. So now that we know what we can buy in each particular system, you want to go ahead and get rid of that for now. You can go ahead, and I already wrote down all of this and prefigured out what was the most profitable. But in this particular instance, we know that we are going to be buying. We know that we're going to be buying a mineral from here. and I found the most profitable one is coltan. Now you can pick one at random. As long as you know that they do import it, there's a good chance you're going to be making some money on the particular trip. And that way you can buy here, go there, then write down the prices and find vice versa, because you'll already have the information from this particular system. As you can see, my cargo hold of 98 is going to be filled up for a price of 123,000. I'm going to go ahead and buy that. Then I'm going to hit the 1, which is the shortcut for your navigation area, and I am going to go ahead, go down here to Tara. Ooh, went a little too far there. Go to Tara, and I'm going to go ahead and lock in that destination. I personally always do this before I leave the actual station, just so it's one less thing I have to do in space. So I'm going to go ahead, now that I have my cargo, I'm going to exit out of here, and we're going to take a trip to Tara. So now we're back here at Rimmick Colony. We're going to go ahead and go to the commodities market. And this is the least profitable of the two journeys, but with a nice large cargo load that I have, you can see that I will make a pretty good amount of money. Now, this is where you'd break out your pen and your paper, and you'd look all over the metals and minerals and write these down and distinguish which ones are going to be profitable both ways. So in this particular instance, it was the coltan that made me the most amount of money on this particular trip, which was 289 credits per unit. Now this is not a ton, but on the other end, oops, where'd we go? Go ahead and sell all this. As you can see, I made a nice profit of $28,000, or credits, I guess, as the game goes. Also went ahead, now the best thing to do is the palladium. But I'm going to go ahead and go the cheaper route right now and get the tantalum metal from this particular place to bring back to the other, which I believe is like a between $700 and $800 profit margin. Now, as you can see, it's going to take a lot of my wealth to do it. It takes $369,000 to load up this particular load. But if you're in a Sidewinder or just maybe even a hauler, maybe a tier 2 ship, it's not going to break your bank to do these trades. Whereas if you were to go to, say, palladium, it could break your bank. Now you'll make a little bit more profit with the palladium. I think there's an extra $100 profit in it for you. But if you lose a load, you lose a lot of money. So now I'm just going to go ahead and take it back and show you what it is going both ways. That way you can see how much money you can make using these, how much money you can make using this particular system. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of here. I'm going to go ahead, go over and go to my navigation, go into Isleta, lock the location, get out of here, and start the. Alright guys, and as you can see, we are back here on Olsen Station in Isleta. So we went ahead, went there, sold our product, made $269 per unit there. Now let's see. Now realistically, you should know already what it is that you're making because you wrote all these things down and you calculated the numbers to find out how much money you were going to make. But let's go ahead, just for the sake of the video, and find out exactly how much we made on this part of the trip. Where we go on tantalum, there we are. You can just mouse over once or hit the arrow once and you'll find out you're making $738 in profit. So we're making almost $1,000 square per unit round trip. Now if you were to use the trading tool, it will say that you can make $2,000 round trip, but with breakage or other ships killing you, the slowdown in time in the introductions, and having to go through multiple star systems of time and distance, you were probably better off finding your own trading route that isn't bothered by a bunch of pirates, and you can make a pretty solid profit for that. Now in my particular ship, I make quite a bit of money per trip because I have 98 units of cargo space available. So round trip for me, I made almost $100,000 between the two different stations. So guys, I really hope this video helped you out, and if you do like it, please let me know by writing a comment below or liking it, or if you'd be interested in seeing the other guides that I will be making available in the coming weeks, go ahead and subscribe, and that way you'll be notified as soon as a new video comes out. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. It's Mitsurugi Jones, and we will check you guys later.